Welcome
Welcome
to Shade in the
Shade in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of the fan favorite 90 Day Fiance. We are on episode 12. I think I got that right. Episode 12.
It's a show that doesn't end.
No, it can't be worse than what's going on in Huntsville right now. So I'm giving them
we got a break.
Or what happened last season. So we'll see what happens. But yes, we are on episode 12. So let's get into it. Please make sure that you like the video as you're coming in.
And you subscribe.
And y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. Because you know, I gotta get at Ariella again because she out here being Ariella. Disrespectful. Well, oh my God, we get to see Muhammad and Eve. And it looks like they are at an indoor gymnasium or like I think she called it a ninja gym or something like that.
I know she said they do like parkour there. It's they're there for Theron because it's like therapy
for him.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really dope. We get to see him be active and act out, and it was really cute. And she just thought it would be a good idea because they've been arguing so much. And, you know, she's been trying to keep it from Theron. So she thought it would be a good family activity. And we even see that Muhammad is really enjoying his time there as well. And I loved what he said. And I think this is so true. I think it's very similar. Same thing with animals. But he said something.
I wrote it down. So
that exactly kids like Theron have a pure heart. So if they don't like you, that means something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, go ahead, Muhammad. You might be a little young boy, but you a little wise behind your ears.
I feel like he's pretty mature for his age.
So then basically as they're riding home, you know, Eve is like, oh, I just love seeing my boys together and da-da-da. And I'm like, that's cute. I get it. I don't know. I get it because I say boys, but I mean it differently. I don't mean it like I look at my dude like he's my child. So I just, it threw me off.
Is the shade starting this early?
I'm sorry.
We're not even through the first scene.
My bad. So Eve lets him know that they got to push the wedding back a month because, you know, the venues aren't available and Muhammad is really not here for this situation. He's like, hold on, you know, that's gonna, prolong me getting my green card. I'm trying to get to work. I can't travel until I have my papers and I want to get back home and see my family.
And basically he's already been waiting. So really the process doesn't start until the time you get married. And he's saying that, you know, everything is on hold. Like, you know, it's taking forever for them to process. So he actually suggests them getting married in their backyard.
Right.
I don't want to be in my backyard in a pile of dirt with my dress on. This is real superficial. It's giving real bullshit. Like, I'm with Muhammad with this argument. Okay, he's not saying that
y'all can go to the courthouse where they say pay that $50 and you can still have your wedding, but in order to get his paperwork started. But as I told Nels off camera, it's more about the fact that she's not sure about marrying him, or she wants to put on her show. If she's going to do all this and pay all this money, she wants to put on her show. That's what it's really about. Because she knows she shouldn't be marrying him no damn way.
Well,
she done seen all types of signs, red flags, and he done made it very clear. Look, I told you what I'm here to do. You the one that switched up.
What I know is he's basically like, I didn't come to the US to just sit around in the house, kind of like babysit. And he's like, you know, if you don't want to file the paperwork, then like, what was the point of you bringing me here? And she's like basically telling him like, you know, watch what you say because you might regret it. I don't know. I think he means what the fuck he's saying because I don't know. I feel like that's super selfish. It's super selfish. He's already been waiting. You know that it's taking them forever to process everything. And really it's giving that she doesn't want him to work because she has a babysitter. So the faster he gets his paperwork processed, the faster he'll be able to go out the house, make money, and then she'll have to find, someone else that she trusts to watch her son. So
it's giving selfish reasoning.
So Patrick is out with his brother John and his friend Wagner. They're catching up on how Vegas went. And Patrick let them know that, Thais basically tried to rush him jumped across that broom. Okay. He's like, she took me to a chapel.
I had
and
on
tried to marry. And I had to put
t-shirt.
my foot down and was like, that's how strippers get married. Like, this is not what we doing. So he also explains that while they were out with Matt and Carlos, she let it slip out that her daddy don't even know that they get married. Let me say something. Both of these men were taken aback. Okay.
Right.
They were like, what? Like, what? Like, what? And Patrick explains that Thais doesn't want to disappoint her father. So John automatically gets upset. He was like, disappoint him how? Like, it's not like you're like a scumbag. You're not like a piece of shit.
They're
like,
starting to get offended. They're like, why are you so afraid to tell your dad he's he's
actually good dude. Like, why would he be disappointed that she's marrying you? So John is really, really not, he's not here for it. And he's like, so does the dad not like you? And Patrick was like, well, I wouldn't say like he doesn't like me.
But apparently, to answer my question from last review, because none of y'all dropped out in the comments and answered it for me. But apparently, John had lunch. And I guess a beer or two with her daddy. So they have met before.
And even sent him a Father's Day gift. But it doesn't sound like, he's like, it's as good as it could be. But I mean, they're not close. And he doesn't feel like the father really hates him. So basically the guys are like, well, like, what are you going to do? Patrick says he already put his foot down. They are not getting married until, her daddy knows.
John calls BS.
Exactly. In his Boston voice, actually.
Because he's whipped. And yeah, basically they feel like he's gonna do it anyway, and he's gonna live to regret it. Because
it was hilarious. He was like, so why are you doing it? He's like, I'm not. He's like, you are. I was like, you are.
I was like, oh, if I didn't know before that they were from Boston, I know now.
He got mad. You are. So basically the guys have absolutely no faith in Patrick that he is actually going to stick with it, because yes, they think he's whipped and he's going to do whatever the hell that he says. And really, John basically feels like, somebody in this group needs to have some testicular fortitude. So I think he wants to take it upon himself to put his goddamn foot down and let it be known that ain't shit going on till daddy knows.
Yeah. John said, I'm gonna stick beside him. So I've been calling Grandma Cheyenne, and it's Grandma Shane. So I apologize, Grandma Shane. That's your name now. At least that's what Nell's saying. She's not good with names, so I don't even know if I should be trusting her. But we see Jabri.
I told you before when they said it in the beginning. But just like Thais, you say Thais, you just be messing up people's names. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
You did do that.
I did.
So we see Jabri going on a hike with Grandma Shane. And he says that it feels really peaceful already. He basically talks about the hard conversation that they had the night before. And she asked him, well, are you gonna get married? Like, what's up? And he basically says that, what attracted him to Miona was her hustle and her tenacity, and how she would get out in these Serbian streets in her small city and connect with people and dress and take pictures and set herself up. And I was like, I get what he's saying, but for the first time, I was like, Jabri, you're tripping a little bit. First of all, she is in Iowa. Is it Iowa? You're gonna take her to
South Dakota.
South Dakota, damn.
I was like, wait, what?
Look, I'm over here thinking about damn Ella. Anyway, so no, but Jabri, y'all are in damn South Dakota, and she is probably outside of yourself, one of the most pigmented people there. And that says a lot because she doesn't have a lot of melanin. Okay. Mm-hmm. So to think that she is going to step outside in this complete new world that she just got here, that's why she wants to move so bad. So she can be free, do those things and explore. So I felt like it was a little bit unfair of Jabri to act like the 60 days that she's been here, oh, because she ain't been out trying to make something out in South Dakota.
And also
unfair. And I don't know, I love Jabri, but I just thought it was unfair.
And the places that she wants to go, where she wants to go, she can actually network.
Right.
She can do all the things that he's referring to. You know, he's like, oh, she's just complaining instead of working on her brand and her dreams. But she's complaining and depending on you because South Dakota, especially where you guys are, it seems like is a super duper small town. And there really is no networking. There really is no, and she's wanting to do makeup, right? Like, to me, it seems like people don't give a fuck what they look like out there.
Where you need to be.
Huh?
I said hiking with grandma, being out on the prairie is not going to get Miona where she needs to be. And I think that's why it upsets her so much every time he keeps trying to get them to stay, because she has no choice but to be dependent on him as long as she stays there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then he, you know, Grandma Shane, my bad, Shane, she said that, you know, I at first I wasn't sure if I wanted him to marry her, but you know, after seeing how his eyes lit up when he talked about her, I really feel like, you know, they should try to make it work, but she has to be willing to compromise with him as well. And I was like, well, that's true.
I can agree with that. You know what I thought was super dope? What? He said his grandma's a gangster. He was like, my grandma's a gangster. She's always been there for me. She's gonna do whatever the fuck needs to get done to be there for me. I say,
oh, and we even see grandma step up and offer to officiate the wedding.
Yes, she did.
She said that way she can make sure that she's there. And I thought that was beautiful. Mm-hmm. So grandma's willing to step up and make it. We'll see.
She willing to ride. She like he said, that's a gangster.
That's a gangster.
She gonna be there. So we head over to Benny and Ariella's place, and we see Avi getting spoiled by his daddy with a massage.
I thought
was super dope. I thought it was super cute. But it's interrupted by Leandro, who stops in to go with Ari wedding dress shopping. Apparently she's been in the bathroom for a minute.
We still on this.
You know, Benny says that he's not happy about it, but like, you know, because he doesn't trust Leandro, but what can he do? And me and Teresa is actually talking about this literally before we started recording. He's gonna do whatever appeases her because he want to be with his son. And, you know,
that I think makes it even more up Shade Squad, is that this man has to sit through that disrespect just to try to keep his family, because he knows if he says, I absolutely will not tolerate it, that she'll be like, okay, take your ass back to Ethiopia and figure out how you're going to see Avi.
Yeah, he's got to at least deal with it until they make it across.
Right.
You know, till they get them papers signed. So Ari eventually comes out the bathroom, and you know, she says like she really don't feel like going wedding dress shopping because she's not feeling good. She's like sick to her stomach. Yeah. So Leandro asked her when's the last time she had her period.
And is that not intrusive as fuck, people?
He did actually say it might be intrusive, but asked her when's the last time she had her period.
But why is that your business?
And asked if they were trying to have another baby.
It's already bad enough that you're going wedding dress shopping, and now when I get my period, sir, we haven't been together in that long. Why are you concerned? Yo.
So he does ask Benny if they were trying to have another baby, and Benny's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. And in the confessional, Benny's like, yo, he's asking these weird questions. Like, he's a doctor. Like, who the fuck are you to ask these questions?
And we all know her daddy is a doctor. We don't need you, Leandro. We don't need you.
That is true. That is true. And her mom is a nurse. So either way, she's good.
We don't need you.
We don't. So the boys decide to go to the store to get a pregnancy test. Because
which is even more awkward because Benny can't go because
he can't drive.
So Leandro's like, I'll take you because you want to be nosy. What is wrong with you? You give me obsessed like serial killer vibes. Like I'm gonna stay around, and it's really scary.
Well, in the car they have
remember he left you.
In the car they have a conversation about Benny being happy if she was pregnant, because he's like, I would be okay if she had 10 of my babies. And Leandro's like, I don't think she really wants 10 kids. He's like, yeah, she does. Like, and he's like, she wants my village, damn it.
Somebody different with me than she was with you. I said, well,
that is what he said. But Leandro was like, now I didn't know how Leandro was going to respond to that, but he was still respectful, and he was like, yeah, that's true. But
you can just ask Ari.
Just ask her. And
is it your business?
Yeah.
Irritating my soul.
So they actually get back from the store with the pregnancy test, and Leandro did not forget. Okay, Leandro did not forget. He asked the question. She was like, "Oh, I think I maybe like just want like one more, maybe." And he lets her know about the conversation, and she's like, "It looks like my ex-husband knows me better." So Kara decided that she was going to take Guillermo to a rodeo to have a little bit of fun after the heavy week they had, with his brother passing. Now they play the national anthem at the rodeo, and
he was brought to tears.
Guillermo said, that was a full experience.
Very patriotic, y'all.
You said what?
I said he is feeling very patriotic.
Yes, he is. He said like, it makes him feel strong and very proud.
That's the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So don't get sucked in by that.
Right.
So Guillermo appreciates that Kara brought him, to get him out the house after everything that happened, because, he was really in a bad place, and he said it would have been pretty much easy for him to stay there. Now, he does admit that he has been to a rodeo before, so, Kara thought that she was bringing him to his first rodeo, but that was not the case, which makes sense because he was in a Spanish country. I mean, they do that type of shit. Now, Kara says she's been doing some thinking, okay? And she wants to make him happy. So she wants to live in the moment, and decided that they're not going to do an extravagant wedding still, but maybe they can do something small but bigger than the courthouse wedding. Guillermo is super excited. She's like, I don't want to be putting everything off for the future.
I don't know what version she's telling y'all, because Kara said, fuck it, we spending it all, bitch. Let's go. Let's go. It doesn't matter. Life is meant to be lived. Let's focus on the present. That's
not really what she said. She said she's not going to focus so much on the budget, but she said we're not going to do extravagant, but not the courthouse. They can do something small where people can come.
Eat a booze
with the pimped out Gucci suit.
Ain't got no job, but I stay fly.
So Guillermo, of course, he's super excited that, like she's considering his feelings, and he appreciates that. And, I just thought it was super dope, because especially with his brother passing, she's like, we really do need to sometimes live in the moment. We should not just be planning everything for the future, because we don't know what the hell the future holds or if there will be a future. So yeah, basically she said we ain't really gonna focus too much on the budget, and they really got 3 weeks to plan this wedding. So yeah, you might not want to focus on the budget, because even if it was supposed to be cheaper, it's you gonna pay.
Okay.
Oh Lord, here we go. What
come to the front. Come to the front, Shade Swag. I'm gonna need you to hit the like button
and the subscribe button.
And then I'm coming with some tea, right?
With the tea.
So apparently, word allegedly out here in these 90-day streets, Kara's pregnant. So she might have wanted to hold on to that dollar. Just
boots with the pimped out.
that's just what I heard allegedly on the 90. If y'all wrong, I know y'all will correct me, Shade Squad, but that's what I heard. I also heard that Paul and Corinne's kids, they ain't got their kids no more, but that's a whole nother story, different, season. But that's very unfortunate. But I knew when he went running down the street in Brazil that probably
wasn't the one. That wasn't the one.
That wasn't the one.
Shy and Bilal are still going through it. Okay. She says, ever since they left Atlanta, she feels the tension and it is quite sour. Okay.
But she tries to put him in a happy place and she wants to namaste, y'all.
Yes. Apparently the kids are there. She's like, let's go outside in this beautiful weather. And she's like, it'll make you feel a lot better. And he was real sulky. He was like real, like, ugh, like it was kind of
energy was bad. I felt his energy through the TV.
Yeah, it was nasty. I was like, ugh, like he's just like, I don't even see how she was in the same room with him because he's like sitting on the bed, like don't want to be bothered, don't want to talk, like, but I can appreciate the fact she's like, you know what, I know how to turn this around. Let's go do some yoga. We're gonna go outside, soak up this sun, and we're gonna get you back right.
Right.
Okay. Now they take the kids outside and she notices like, he's getting a little bit more playful. He's playing with the kids and clearly her plan worked. Okay.
Right. Everybody's having a good time, but then she's like, oh, I got my man back. And he's like, well, he never left. And he comes back with his negative Nancy energy about how, and he basically lets us know he's still on the fence about marrying her. He loves her.
Yeah, he's but love is not blind. And he's not sure that they're ready to walk down the aisle.
So we see Thais. She's, at home. We see her cutting some vegetables up.
Y'all heard me. Y'all heard me correct her with her name, okay?
Whatever. So, right? Look, don't make me mess around, start calling her TT. Okay, so TT. So we see her, and she plans on making, I guess I think we keep calling her, is she Brazilian or Colombian?
She's Brazilian.
Oh, okay, she's Brazilian, sorry. So, she's making stroganoff. Now, as I told Nels off camera, and this might be my ignorance, y'all can correct me, because that's what y'all do, but y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I was surprised that she was cutting up chicken when she said stroganoff, because I immediately thought, well, where's the beef?
I wonder if that's why they call it, like, specifically say beef stroganoff.
Because maybe it can be chicken or beef.
Or maybe it's just a Brazilian, maybe it's a Brazilian thing.
What'd you say?
Maybe it's just a Brazilian thing. But I feel like she would have disappointed.
Apparently chicken stroganoff is a thing.
I don't give a damn about that. What I care about is I feel like she would have disappointed every Brazilian or every person in the world by putting ketchup and mustard in this goddamn stroganoff as her seasoning.
And they said it's a mushroom sauce with mustard and sour cream.
Not ketchup and mustard.
No, not ketchup and mustard. Well, she tried, y'all. John basically confronts her while she's in the kitchen and lets her know that, he knows about the situation with her dad. And it's like, why do you think that that's cool to get married and not tell your dad? I don't want him to feel any type of way towards my brother. And, y'all go into this marriage with him being resentful. Thais is like, basically, that's none of your business. My father is my business. And your brother shouldn't have been talking to you about our business. And so as he's trying to help her with her stroganoff and she feels like she's getting distracted and it's just terrible. He tries it or tests it for her and says that it's awful. And then Patrick walks in and she's like, oh, surprise. And he's eating it and you can tell that he's having a hard time chewing. I did believe John said that it tastes a little rubberish. So maybe that was the
He actually tried to take it off the stove because he said she was overcooking it. And she said, no, 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 no. Let me do this. And when he tasted it, he said it was disgusting. And yes, tastes like rubber.
with ketchup and mustard on it.
Yes, with ketchup and mustard.
And then they all sit down at the table. And, basically, she's like, why did you feel the need to tell John about the situation with my dad? And he's like, because that's my brother and I live with him and he's also my friend.
And don't you talk to your friends about our business?
Right.
I said, oh, that shut her ass up.
Right, exactly. She basically tells John that he needs to mind his business. And yeah,
that's my brother. He is my business.
My business. And so that's where we stand. Apparently, John and Thais or TT ain't doing no better.
Well, yeah, and then she excused herself from the table and got up and left. She was pissed the fuck off because they both won that conversation. So Ari takes the pregnancy test and the results come back negative. So, she's super relieved while Benny's over here super disappointed. And of course, Leandro stayed around to find out what the hell was going on. He wanted the results. And he's even relieved. Okay. Because he says, they're not financially stable yet, as if it's any of his motherfucking business.
Like he's taking care of these kids.
So, yeah, apparently he needed to find out what was going on before he hopped on his flight back home.
Mm-hmm.
To Indiana. He's from Colombia, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was from Colombia.
No, Argentina.
Argentina. You're right. From Argentina to Colombia. I mean to Indiana. That's a change.
Yeah, no, I just Leandro, like my notes literally say, boy, bye. We don't want to see you anymore. I'm over it. And Benny just lets us know, look, what we all know, he's really not comfortable with this friendship and this relationship, but he can't really do nothing because he don't want to upset Ari, but he's not cool with it. He thinks Leandro is too involved in his business. And as I said on Twitter, thank y'all for all the likes and whatever on my tweet. If you are not following us, you should go do so.
And subscribe.
In the city and subscribe. But yeah, no, if Ariella were to do this to Benny, the way that she acted, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that she doesn't have reason to have concern by any means. I'm not saying that. But for her to behave the way she did with him just having a rolling partner that was a female, but she can run around with her ex-husband and go wedding dress shopping and have him all in her fertility cycle.
Let me say this. The only reason why I'm going to continue to agree with you is because she did it first. But let's not forget, while she was here in Jersey, okay, he was in Ethiopia doing God knows what, not answering the phone, had bitches in the house, having parties, throwing parties. I mean, you wasn't really concerned about your family or your son then.
Well, he thought he was, well, I can't even defend him. Sorry.
But I will give you the benefit of the doubt because she did, bring Leandro around first or whatever. So I'll give you that. But I mean,
no, that's why I said Benny is not by any means. That's why I said she has reason to have concern, but we've seen her introduce Leandro way before Benny ever brought any girls around her.
But the thing is, I don't feel like she was as disrespectful when she first brought him around. Like with the comments and the things she was saying or the wedding dress shopping and shit. Like, I mean, no, it was
your baby. You don't remember that and how that lit a fire up under my ass?
What happened now?
Said that?
What she said?
When Leandro came to first visit her in Ethiopia, and she was like, "Oh, this could have been your baby," talking about Avi, but da da da. That wasn't
okay. That was fucked up because, and I think why she said that is because of how they broke up. There was really no end, and really, it probably could have been his baby because literally she was still with this dude, and then went on a trip off somewhere, met some dude, and fucked them and got pregnant. So Muhammad says that Eve usually leaves him in the house alone. So the bike he has is super duper important. You know, he be in these streets. Okay. He can get
Right.
around.
When he's not with Darren.
Yes, when he's not with Aaron, he can get around, he can do things. So he goes to meet Rafe from the mosque. It looks like they go to a coffee shop. And, you know, he says that his relationship was on the rocks. He got a lot, you know, to get off his chest. So they have a conversation. And basically, Muhammad feels like he's a babysitter. You know, Eve is okay with him being there as long as she has someone she can trust to watch Theron, which, you know, we basically said earlier. He says he can't even go for a walk with Theron there. And, you know, so Rafe asks, you know, like, what's going on? Like, is anybody helping you try to get your, you know, your paperwork started? And so he's like, no, nope. Eve ain't helping me. And really, he feels like Eve is holding it over his head because she has a babysitter, which I don't know. I felt it made me feel real bad for Muhammad because, you know, he has things he wants to do for his mom. We know his father passed away when he was really young. He wants to help his mom, and he really can't do that because he can't work. He also wants to be the man of his household.
Right.
He can't do that unless he can work. And he speaks on the fact that, you know, he's already been waiting. He wants to do the get married, have the paperwork, and get this thing rolling because, you know.
And Muhammad lets us know, well, if Eve ain't down, he's looking for a sponsor.
Yeah. He ain't got one in mind. But he would be okay.
I think he had one in mind. He just knew not to ask him at that moment.
You think so?
I think he wanted to ask Rafi.
I don't know. I know he got super emotional. He actually started to break down.
He misses his family, and he just didn't realize he was going to come here and have the responsibility of being a babysitter. And I think he was under the impression, and I know y'all might jump down my throat, Shade Squad, but I think he was under the impression that he was going to come here and have more time with Eve because she's going to work every day, and actually have the family dynamic with Darren and get to, but for that to be, it seems like he was only there for maybe a day or two before she was like, okay, so you're good taking care of Darren, I'm going back to work. So it's just like, I can understand where he's coming from and feeling like a babysitter. Jabri and Miona decide they're going to go out to dinner, and he tells her about the conversation with his grandma Shane. Y'all like that? I'm getting
okay. Look at you. Okay.
He talks about how she noticed, and everyone noticed, that they're just kind of always on top of each other. And he basically says that he would like a lifestyle where they're able to give each other space. He asked her basically not to be a distraction, and that if he's in the studio, she needs to find something else to do, like regardless of where they are, whether they're in LA or whatever the case may be. And, you know, Miona's like, I think I can, you know, try to do that, or I understand what you're saying. I can compromise on that. Well, as I thought she was coming along, Miona still has a lot of work to do, y'all. She says she does realize she needs to be more independent. And he says he doesn't want to go in circles, and tells her it's me and you, or just me. Now, Miona says she's willing to give it a shot. Jabri knows his family has a lot of concerns, but he feels like he's put in a lot of work and he really loves Miona, y'all. So he's trying to go through the trenches and try to make this work. But then she's still holding on to this beach wedding.
Well,
she's not letting it go.
She is trying to somewhat compromise. She said that it doesn't have to be a beach wedding, but she does not want it to be a prairie wedding. Okay. She does not want to get married in South Dakota. She's willing to go to California to get married. And he says, you know, that he doesn't want her to be a spoiled princess. He wants her to be a queen. She said, well, give me a queen wedding. I said, all right, bitch.
I wasn't mad at her when she said that. I was like, well,
Exactly. Now, I wasn't even mad at her where she said that it don't got to be a beach wedding. But I don't want to get married. But I don't want to get married here. I was not mad at that. And Jabri is like, see, you know, when have you been willing to compromise? And I would have said, I'm doing it right now. Right. I told you I want a beach wedding. You agreed actually to a beach wedding. We made a fucking deal that if we go to Chicago, do this shit, we're gonna come back, we're gonna plan this beach wedding, we're gonna get it done.
Right.
So I'm compromising right now. What I will not compromise on is getting married around these bushes and animals and tree. Like, I'm not doing that.
Or not even that, possible snow. And she says she is freaked out by the idea of it snowing. She said that would be a catastrophe.
Now, I feel like she's only suggesting California. Probably California is her ideal place. But I feel like a compromise could be maybe somewhere that's driving distance.
Arizona.
Yeah, like, you know, like they don't have to fly somewhere. Maybe somewhere that's driving distance that maybe his family can also drive to, but just not there. And I feel like that's a compromise. Me personally, I feel like, and I'm all for the beach wedding. Okay, she's all for the beach wedding. Now, if she's giving up the beach wedding, but does not want to get married there in South, so she don't even want to live there. Okay, she does not want to get married there. So when are you going to compromise? When are you going to step up to the plate and do what the fuck you said you was going to do? Because like I said, y'all made a deal that the beach wedding was going to happen. He wouldn't have been able to talk about that shit.
So we see Benny and Ari out to eat. He jokes that, you know, did you ever take Leandrew here? And I was like, that's a legitimate question.
At PJ's Pancakes. Apparently it's a major place where she lives at.
And she's like, why would you ask me that? No, I never took Leandrew. And he's like, well, you like doing everything else with Leandrew. And
right. So, why wouldn't he ask you? He even wants to go wedding dress shopping with this man.
Right. So basically she hopes that him and Leandrew can become friends. Benny just lets her know that he really don't like him. And she's like, I feel like you don't like him because you don't know him.
I don't want to get to know him. He's your ex. Who does that?
So he basically says it doesn't make him happy when Leandrew is around, and Ari wants him to be there despite his feelings. So he asks her if she's happy she's not pregnant. And I summed it down to one word because she was doing a Holy Ghost praise that she was not pregnant. Okay. I know she's Jewish, so I don't know what that is in, you know, but that's what she was giving. Okay. And basically she is elated. She is filled.
That is a very good word to,
right. She is elated
sum it up.
That she is not pregnant. And he says that he's not that happy. She reminds him that, you know, you already have 2 boo-boo. And basically that, you know, obviously their finances aren't the greatest. He says that he wants 10, and back in Ethiopia, you know, that would be, and she's like, that's fine, but we're not back in Ethiopia now, are we? We're not there. So, and Ari says, you know, I think me and you are very different, and that's going to make it hard for us to be together. Because she's realizing that maybe they have nothing in common.
And he's like, well, if you are having trouble seeing a future with me, why do you want to marry me? Oh, because I love you and we have Abby. But she says that, you know, she wants,
that makes you resent him, Ariella.
So she says that she wants him to be sure that, you know, this is what he wants. And he says that, you know, he doesn't know. And he really wishes they had more time, more than the 90 days. But, you know, these are the cards that they were dealt. So,
right.
I don't know if they're going, boy, you better get that green card.
Okay.
So Shahida stops by to see Shy to talk.
We all know Shahida is Bilal's first wife.
Yes. They're gonna have some conversations. Okay. Now Shy says that, you know, she was a little bit worried when she got the phone call because, you know, she wants everything to be okay, and she was worried like she did something wrong. Now Shahida says, like, no, she really just wanted to talk to her because she thinks it's important to, you know, sit down, have a conversation with her because they co-parent. Her and Bilal co-parent. They have a very positive co-parenting relationship. And really, she was kind of feeling some type of way that Bilal didn't sit them down sooner, so that, you know, Shy kind of knows what part she plays in you know, their dynamic. Now Shahida explains that, you know, she's very stern, and when it comes to her kids, she wants the best for them, and she wants them to be around the best. I said, oh, okay. Well, you know, this conversation is, you know, Shy is just over there smiling. But Shy does notice that she came in with attitude. Okay, she did pick up on that. Now, Shy tells her she has nothing to worry about, that, you know, she was raised in a very strict Islamic household, and she knows about family. You know, she's got siblings and nieces and nephews. And, you know, she connected with her children really early on, you know, since Trinidad. And, you know, she sent them things like for their birthday. And
Right.
it's really because she wanted to build a relationship with them. Now, Shahada, she's like, yeah, I know. She got your gift, bitch. She got your gift. She's not impressed. Okay. Shahada wants to bring up the prenup. Okay. And she's like, it may not be my place to speak on this. But really, I'm trying to
And it
protect
wasn't.
my kids' assets and their generational wealth. And says she needs to know that Shy is not there for the wrong reasons. Now listen to me. I can understand in a way where she's coming from, but I hate when people do this, or when they say this, because you're having a conversation with them, they're going to tell you if they're there for the wrong reasons, or you're going to be able to pick up on that, versus the person who's been in their life and really been talking and fucking with them for the longest. After one conversation, you're gonna pick up, girl, bye. So Shy, she's like a little taken aback, and, you know, she's like, I've had my own life in Trinidad, and I'm very well known in my community. You know, I have my own studio, and basically Google me, bitch. I said, all right, Shy. She was like, I was in the newspaper. You can Google me.
You love her because she got her own.
Right?
She got her own.
So, you know, she's like that. She's not out here to basically get what Bilal has or whatever. And she does understand her concerns in regards to her children. And Shahida says, you know, like, you know, I'm just, you know, a little bit concerned because, you know, you wasn't really here while he was building up his fortune, you know.
Basically,
Like
you wasn't with him when he was shooting in the gym.
Right? That's exactly what I thought about.
And I love when Shy's like, well, I think that's a conversation for me and Bilal to figure out. And I said, very classy, girl, very classy.
Yeah, and
Shahida
feels
she came at her with messed up energy. She knew that.
Yeah, she did. Shahida feels like she ruffled her feathers.
Bilal should have brought her to me first, but you were the one that walked out the mosque and was like, I'll catch you when I catch you, see you when I see you.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. But why do I have to come up to your future? Why are you not bringing her to me, introducing us properly? Clearly that shit was off. Clearly the energy was
that's
true,
up, and
that's really not the time to, you know what I'm saying? So
Nels has points sometimes.
But no, honestly, really, let me tell you something. If I'm in a situation where I'm supposed to be meeting my ex's future wife or whatever, right? And he didn't bring her to me. She's there, but he didn't bring her to me. I'm probably really not gonna feel like it's even that serious. It's not a serious relationship. He didn't even come. You're the one coming up to me, and you left out the mosque before he even did. So I'm not about to waste my time with somebody who is probably here for a season.
Yeah.
So John wants to know how Patrick is going to convince Thais that she needs to tell her father about the wedding. And, you know, Thais is just peeking around the corner. She's hiding in the bushes. You're like, I was waiting for you to come out. Hiding in the bushes.
Hiding in the bushes.
And, you know, she basically says like she's like sneaking because John is always shit talking about her and trying to get Patrick to change his mind. And then they get to talking about a bachelor party. Child.
Say he gonna bring hookers.
Yeah, Patrick said like basically no girl is gonna be hotter than my girl. So what the fuck is the point? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like Patrick saw his girl peeking around the corner, and that's why he was being like so extra. Like
I think
like,
they both knew she was eavesdropping.
yeah, you know what I mean? John was the only one talking shit and didn't know. He's talking about some expedition.
No, I think that's
flavor.
why he was like, we're gonna have hookers. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't say strippers. You had to make it extra, like explicit.
So Thais comes in and you know, she sits down, she's like, I was listening to everything, and basically you need to worry about your own life.
Right.
And he's
You
like,
know
what
what
did I
you
say?
said, John.
He's like, what
You
did
know
I
what
say?
you
I don't
said.
remember. I don't remember. Tell me what I said. Because
he knows she doesn't know English that well.
Exactly. So Thais is like, just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And John is like, she don't know what the fuck I said, right? She don't know. Motherfucking Patrick throws his ass under the bus and tells her everything that he said. And she's like, I already told him if he has a bachelor party, I'm gonna kill him. She is not here for the bachelor party. Okay. And then she tells him, like, basically, fuck this, let's go to sleep.
We're going to bed.
And we know his whipped ass got up out that damn chair and went to the damn room. So, you know, they go in the room and she's like, you know, he was talking about me behind my back, and it's not his business. And Patrick was like, yeah, like it is, because we're getting married. He's my family, and like it's our business. Like it's all of our business. And you know, Patrick explained that like no one thinks that it's okay that you haven't told your dad that we're getting married. Like this is not something that is cool. It's not okay.
Like, Dad, let me worry about my dad. That's my dad.
So she's like, you know, I'm just used to living on my own and not having people in my business. And she's like, you know, maybe
rethink the relationship.
And he's like, as you should. You got 90 days to do it. I said, oh. Okay, well, all right, Patrick.
Put your foot down.
Period.
Got. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys
for tuning in to another review of 90 Day Fiance. Please make sure that you like,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
And yes, guys, please, like I said, let's keep growing and glowing. Let's get to 300 so we can tell you about the new
giveaway
things that we have going on, and give a special someone, whoever it is, a special giveaway. So yes, let's get there, guys. We appreciate
front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!